So what was your strategy?
My personal strategy: speed the tempo up, play good defense, force turnovers, and try to.
The starting lineup for the visiting Orlando Magic. At small forward, Franz Wagner. At center, Mohamed Bamba. At point guard, Cole Anthony. At the other guard position, Jalen Suggs. At the other forward position, Wendall Carter Jr. The head coach of the visiting team is Jamal Mosley. It's time to introduce the starting five for your Detroit Pistons. At guard, 6'5", number 7, Killian Hayes. At shooting guard, 6'3", number 5, Frank Jackson. At 4, 6'8", number 41, Saddiq Bey. The man in the middle, standing 6'8", number 28, Isaiah Stewart. At 4, 6'8", number 9, Jerami. Your Detroit Pistons head coach is Dwayne Casey. This is your Detroit Pistons.
Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports with Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Well, Cole Anthony has made a name for himself when it comes to hitting cold-blooded game winners. He said, "I do this, man. I was bred for this. I'm not the type to go hide. I live for these ending moments in games. Crunch time, that's my time." Guys?
Just like his dad right next to me. David, thank you very much. While we get a break, let's now take a look at the October standings out east. And take a look at the Magic, lurking in the basement of the conference for the time being. They're not pleased with their performance so far this season. And checking out Detroit, a couple spots below.
And I think for the Magic, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
All talk, no walk. Simple as that. They just don't match up with the better teams in the NBA.
Now the starting group for Orlando. They've got Wendell Carter. Anthony is out there with Suggs. And there's Mohamed Bamba. And it's Wagner in at the small forward position. And for Detroit, Bey and Grant are the forwards. Jackson is out there with Hayes. And it's Stewart in at the 5 down low. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, one of us here knows Cole Anthony quite well. The guy to my side here, Greg, is dad. Care to share with us a story about your son playing hoops growing up?
Well, I tell you one thing. He's always had that belief, that inner belief in himself and his abilities. And that's something that started early on in his life. And honestly, that's when I knew he had a chance to be a really good player.
That's good from Anthony. Doris, at this point of the season, we see which teams have gotten better. What's the toughest threshold do you think to cross?
I think breaking through and becoming that championship team, that one team standing when the last game has been played. Listen, if you've struggled for long stretches, getting to 500, can be a process. But to me, those teams that can cross from perennial postseason participant to NBA champion, that is the hardest threshold.
Bay finds Stewart. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And Grant with the clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Grant.
But Jerami Grant has figured out how to be opportunistic on the interior. Nicely done there.
And so here's Orlando. Stolen by Grant. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. The shot's good from Hayes.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here's Wagner. And Saddiq Bey picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Team second.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Wagner kicks to Anthony. He takes it in. And the rejection by Jackson. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Here's Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba. Now Hayes. Outside Jackson. Takes a three. Detroit getting another chance here. Basket counts. Stewart's got his second basket.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Tipped away. Stewart with the steal. Jackson, that's good. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Detroit.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've gotten off turnovers.
Yeah, and you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. It's stolen by Anthony. And now Orlando on the break. And stolen by Bay. And here we go. Pistons running again. And Hayes throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Orlando with the ball, following the bucket by the Pistons. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Detroit the other way. Grant goes in, and the dunk by Grant.
Well, how about the opportunistic Jerami Grant taking it strong on the drive? Love it.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Anthony with it. Knocked loose. And the foul called on Killian Hayes. That'll be his second foul of the game. Detroit making a switch. Lee's checked in.
Coming onto the floor for your Pistons, Saban Lee.
Here is Carter. 17 points in his last outing. Anthony kicks to Wagner. And then Carter with the dunk.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Here's Jackson. Bamba with the block.
Well, this is one of Bamba's big-time strengths. Send it back, Mo.
Now No one near Suggs as he lets it go. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Detroit leading by 4. Stewart with it. Now Anthony defending. Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Well, this is something Grant does very well. Slams it home when he's got space.
Here's Anthony. Poked loose, stolen by Grant. And now here's Lee. The fast break opportunity. That one goes in. Grant's got 8 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Stolen by Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pistons. It's a 10-point game, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
And here's Anthony for 3, and the 3 ball is good. 5 points in the game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Grant. Stewart trying to get open. No good from Grant.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And stolen by Bay. And Grant with the clear path to the hoop. Unable to get that one. Good work defensively by Carter. The Magic trail by 9. And there's a whistle. That'll go on Saban Lee. That is his first foul of the game. And back in the day, Greg, Allen Iverson got criticized for devaluing practice. Now we've got healthy players sitting out of games. Has load management gone too far, you think?
Not a practice, but a game. We got guys missing games, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. But honestly, I'm really all for load management in this regard. If I owned a team and I had to invest $200 million in a player, I want to do everything I can to prolong my investment. And the reality is we've got our stars playing at unprecedented lifts at higher levels later in their careers. So I'm all for doing what we can to prolong the careers of our very best players. And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Suggs dishes to Bamba. There's the pass to Wagner. Anthony kicks to Suggs. Back to Anthony. No good from outside. Pistons leading by 11. Pass to Stewart. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Stewart's got 6.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off of 6.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. What I really love about Jerami Grant is his work ethic. He's really put in time to improve his scoring.
Specifically, his jump shot. For a while, he didn't have the consistent 3-ball. Now, you got to at least honor it.
Checked in for the Pistons. Then for the Magic, Robin Lopez is checked in for Bamba. Wagner comes in for Carter. And it's Ross in for Anthony. Knocked away. Stolen by Jackson. Here he goes. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Grant kicks to Lee. And Lee with the stop.
And nice pass by Grant. And this is what happens when you become a great scorer. You draw defenders, which often leaves someone open.
Now, here's Suggs. Pass to Wagner. Shot to stop the run. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Olynyk trying to break loose. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, the presence of mind from Kelly Olynyk, knowing someone's open, finds him quickly.
Over to the wing. Puts up a 3. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
3 points.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Pistons leading by 13. Grant goes in. Olynyk trying to break loose. Grant, that's good.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here is Ross. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Now, here's Wagner. Shoots over Grant, and it's Wagner missing. Ross against Grant. That one is good again. He sits right from the floor with the basket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
To the paint, here's Suggs. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Jackson.
Greg, talk about a guy who plays with competitive fire. Suggs is a powerful leader, but by example.
Yeah, I mean, this guy plays with such great strength and energy, and he makes great decisions. Really has an advanced understanding of the game for his age.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that. Gary Harris is checked in for Wagner. And the second free throw, good. And so it's Detroit with the ball. 16-point lead. Lee finds Grant. And Grant slams it home.
Jerami Grant doing work at the rim. Don't give him any space, boy. This guy can get up.
A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
Quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Now, here's Wagner. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Lopez outside. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Ross. Fires from deep. Buries it from 3-point range.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
So for the Pistons, Diallo's checked in for Bay. Josh Jackson comes in for Frank Jackson. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Saban Lee. Hampton, he's checked in for Orlando. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
The loudest has a see it, stand, get free team. Let's see it, man. How great can you get? It's your Pistons mascot. Fans, it's your Pistons mascot.
Here's Hampton. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
Magic ball.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Here's Jackson.
I don't think you can be too physical with Josh Jackson. This guy is very good at getting calls when he has the basketball.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago, an average number in that regard.
And the first one drops.
I'll tell you, the potential of Josh Jackson is really enticing. This guy is a remarkable athlete. He can defend the basket at a high level. If he gets a jump shot, guys, that's consistent, look out.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Magic trail by 17. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Joseph. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, a defensive specialist, right? Corey Joseph's activity has been on point.
The Magic have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Wagner passes to Hampton. Down low, Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
That's what you call high percentage right there. He is so hard to handle at point-blank range.
Jackson drives in, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. 1:56 left here in the first quarter. Left side, Harris. Three-pointer. Rebound by Olynyk.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And it's Orlando with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Well, what did them in was all the missed free throws. It could have been a much different outcome.
I thought the frustration at the line was evident, and it makes it easy on the defense when you're not capitalizing once they put you at the free throw line.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Joseph with the ball, and Hampton picks him up defensively.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
Here's Hampton after the basket by Detroit. Rebound by Olynyk. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And it's Wagner with the rebound.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
30 seconds left here in the opening quarter. No good with the layup. Detroit leading by 23. Jackson passes to Diallo. Tipped away. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession.
Now returning on the floor for your Pistons, Isaiah Stewart.
Orlando's gone 4 of 7 from three-point range so far in the first. And here is Hampton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And that one's good. Wagner.
Excellent concentration by Mo Wagner. And boy, what touch from the big man.
Here's Jackson, and they pick up 2.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. The Pistons on top, opening up a huge gap. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And one of the remaining veterans on this Orlando Magic team, Terrence Ross, mindful of the franchise's history.
T-Mac, Shaq, Kenny, even Dwight and them, it's just a great city to be in. They have great fans here, and they made some historic runs here, so it's exciting that, be somewhere there's a lot of history and there's a lot of guys that come through here, so I'm just happy to be a part of the organization.
And we know this is Ross's 6th season in a Magic uniform.
And, Kevin, he's found his niche as a bench scorer and veteran presence. Good to have those steadying influences on a roster, even as a team goes young.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Pistons have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
And so in the game for the Magic, Terrence Ross is out there with Mo Wagner. Then there's Hampton. Then it's Gary Harris, and it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. It's ironic that while the league took refuge in Orlando to complete the 2020 season, the Magic has had no reprieve from the rash of injuries that affected its top young players the last few years. This team is well coached and plays hard. Hopefully their fortunes will change when it comes to health.
All right, David, thank you. Orlando making some changes. Bamba is checked in for Lopez. Wendell Carter comes in for Mo Wagner. And Anthony subbed in for Ross. Pistons have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Hayes dishes to Joseph. To the middle. And the layup's good off the glass. Stewart's got 8 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Nice shot there by Bamba.
Well, what a job by Mo Bamba to get to his area. Get on the interior, pick your spots. Mo Bamba does just that.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Gary Harris. And down the road, Greg, which current player might make for the best coach?
Well, I'm always partial to the point guard. And if you're looking for leadership, man, Chris Paul, Mike Conley, those guys I think are destined to coach. I think LeBron would be a great one as well, but I got a sneaky suspicion he'd just rather own the team.
That free throw good from Hayes. Hayes hits them both. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. To the paint, here's Hampton. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's the drive. A slam cut by Diallo.
I'll tell you, terrific read from Corey Joseph. He recognizes the overcommitment of the defense and takes advantage.
Inside. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Hampton. Hampton's got his 4th assist in this one. Diallo inside. Guarded by Harris.
Well, Corey Joseph, it's important that he continue to seek out his teammates and put it on point when they're open.
Hampton passes to Anthony. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. 9 points for Cole Anthony.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
And the foul on Wendell Carter. That is his first foul of the game. Wagner's checked in for Orlando.
Team second. In for the Magic, Franz Wagner.
Here's Olynyk. 14 points from him the last game against Philadelphia.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Here are the Magic now, after the basket by Detroit. And it's Carter missing. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Here's Diallo, played in with a nice touch off the glass. Diallo's got 6 in the quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And it's Harris with the ball for the Orlando Magic. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Joseph, that one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
The pass to Wagner. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Orlando ball.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Wagner, Franz Wagner, shooting 1.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Wagner. So for the Pistons, Bays checked in for Diallo. Saban Lee's subbed in for Corey Joseph. And the Magic making a change here as well. Suggs is checked in. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Carter kicks to Anthony. Puts it up from 12. Carter, that's good. Carter's got his second basket of the game.
And when you call a play for Carter Jr., you really want to get him something in rhythm. Great execution there.
Olynyk trying to break loose. And Stewart gets it to go.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The Magic have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Lee with the steal. Goes up. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Anthony's shot is off.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Stewart off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Orlando's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from 3-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Now here's Bay. Misses off the left iron. Driving to the basket. And finish off by Wagner.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Yeah, sometimes aggression can overcome certain offensive limitations. You saw it right there.
And Wendell Carter Jr., not the biggest center, Greg, listed at 6'10". In fact, most reports would have him pegged at 6'9".
And Carter Jr. plays like a 7-footer. Got that 7'4" wingspan and great head on his shoulders that levels the playing field with his height. With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Now, here's Suggs, covered by Hayes. Bamba's shot is off. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Stewart. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Count it. Good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pulls up on the wing. No good from Lee.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Hits the 3-point bomb. Anthony's got 9 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
And again, it's the Pistons missing. Orlando's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. And it's Wagner missing.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
The shot's good from Bay.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Now a timeout called by Detroit. Pistons making a change here. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Lee. Detroit, no good that time either.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Now here is Carter. He's got 6. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Lee. Doesn't go that time. So Orlando will take it the other way.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Carter, that's good.
Bully ball at its finest there. Carter Jr. brings a physical presence to this team.
Here's Hayes. It falls for his 5th field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Here's Anthony. 14 points for him. To the inside. Here's Suggs. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
Assist from
Anthony's got 3 assists now in this one. Now here's Lee. He right on him. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, how about the effort on the glass? Even with this lead, I love that they're still going after it.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
Well, I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
For the Magic, Lopez, he's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Mo Wagner comes in for Carter. And it's Ross in for Cole Anthony. Orlando's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Now, here's Suggs. Covered by Hayes. Here's Wiles. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
To the wing on the left. Here's Wagner. Detroit with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Shot's good by Lyles. Lyles got 4 points in the quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Ross finds Wagner. Lopez outside. Knocked away. Taken away by Hayes. Here's Lyles. Finished off the break. Lyles got 6.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves. Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
Garza. Lopez covering. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And it's Suggs missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Lyles. Ross grabs the board. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Suggs passes to Wagner. And it's off from three-point range.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
His first personal foul.
The Pistons have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And he knocks down the first one. For the Pistons, Jerami Grant comes in for Lyles. And it's Jackson in for Saban Lee. Then for the Magic, Harris is checked in for Wagner. And Hampton subbed in for Suggs. And so he hits both.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And they like what Harris gives them defensively. Good awareness and toughness.
I mean, he stays in front of ball handlers. Sometimes he gets hedged in pick and roll by bigger players. But overall, very sound defensively.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. Diallo's checked in for Hayes. And he sinks the second. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Garza. The shot, no good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Now Jackson. He's got 6. Jackson misses. Garza. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putdown.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
How about the young gun, Josh Jackson? You know his instinct is to score it, but right there, putting the passing skills on display.
And the shot goes in. Lopez has got his second bucket.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Jackson The offensive rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
Pistons have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
At the line for Detroit. At the line for 2.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Corey Joseph's checked in for Frank Jackson. And he's good on the second. 23 seconds left in the first half. Now, here's Hampton. Not a lot of room. Here's Joseph. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, it's a help when Corey Joseph is in attack mode, just taking advantage of his quickness in transition.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
One shot.
Free throw good, Joseph.
Well, what I like about Corey Joseph is this guy will give you a little bit of everything. Perhaps most importantly, guys, you know he's going to play consistently good defense.
Ball's knocked loose. Jacks up a 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Detroit Pistons holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Big time play throughout the first half for Jerami Grant. He had 16 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Man, this was a brawl inside. Shaq, I know you like this. But then guys were sacrificing their bodies, making plays through contest, just wearing the hard hat. That's how this game's gotten out of hand.
Looking at Orlando, Shaq, your thoughts?
Their effort on the board has been horrendous. That's a good way to get blown out. Only way they can turn this thing around is to start winning the rebounding battle. Win the battle of possession. Otherwise, they're my favorite. Avocado toast.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Jerami Grant, what a contribution.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Bay and Grant are the forwards. He's out there with Jackson, and Stewart in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Orlando's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. The shot by Anthony, no good. And so Grant will bring it up for the Pistons. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Sadiq Bey was the 19th pick in 2020 out of Villanova, and he made an immediate impact for the Pistons. Dwayne Casey said he's a coach's dream, adding he's made himself into one of the top three-point shooters of his class, a defender, and he's just scratching the surface. Guy's not bad for a rebuilding team.
David, you're right. They got a good one. Thanks. Now here's Anthony. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Grant kicks to Bey. Shoots over Wagner. Kept alive. Grant, that's good. Grant's got 18 points in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Stolen by Jackson. Up the floor. Bey gets the bucket. 6 points for him.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Suggs. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Sadiq Bey. That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
The Magic have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
Suggs. Jalen Suggs at the line for 2.
A free throw drops for Suggs. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. It's good. Grant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Down low, here's Wagner. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Well, what a job. Punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
Here's Grant. Stewart. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The Magic have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. To the paint. Nice shot there by Bamba. 6 points for Mohamed Bamba.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Takes it inside, and Hayes throws it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Now, here's Wagner. He's defended by Bey. That shot wide open. Wagner's got 12. The Pistons have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Here's Stewart. Here's Grant. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now here is Carter. He's got 8. Knocks it loose. And the rejection by Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Orlando's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. All by himself. Here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Anthony following the bucket by the Pistons. Bamba wide open, and he fires. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 6 assists here tonight. Feeds it to Grant. And the dunk by Stewart.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow. Bamba. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 11 points in the game.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
The baseline J. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Orlando's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Hayes with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. That one drops for him. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've gotten out on the break over and over tonight as well. A lot of baskets coming in transition.
Now here's Jackson. Jalen Suggs unable to get his last shot to go.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Anthony with it. 16 points for him. Up top, Bamba. Guarded by Stewart. And then Carter with the jam.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Here's Hayes. Poked away. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Orlando. He feeds it to Bamba. Trying to get open his Carter.
Boy, you better keep the 7-footer Mo Bamba away from the cup. What an easy finish.
The Pistons shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. Hayes, they grab their own miss. Here's Grant. That's short off the rim. The Magic have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Inside, and then Carter with the jam.
And a hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one. To the inside. And Anthony with the basket on the assist from Suggs. Anthony's got 18 points.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Jackson. Tries again. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got his 5th rebound in this one. From 18 feet away. The second chance effort. And Carter lays it up and in. 14 points for him.
It's starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling really hard out there.
Oh, he sure is. I mean, these past 2 games, his energy level has been sensational. Whether it's a putback like that or other hustle plays, he's been everywhere.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Here's Stewart. And it comes off the front of the rim. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And the dunk by Bamba.
You're starting to see the potential for Mo Bamba. This guy is capable of being a high-level scorer.
Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. And again, unable to change momentum here. Orlando's gone past the 3-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Pass to Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Wagner. And they'll get another chance. Had the space there, but it's offline. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
going with an almost entire new group here. Diallo, he's checked in for Stewart. Jackson comes in for Grant. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Jackson. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Hayes. Offensive rebound. Another shot. And the layup by Jackson. Jackson's got 8 points.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
It's blocked. Passes it to Magruder. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, this guy is developing more and more of an interior game, and I like watching Josh Jackson convert this close to the cup.
Here's Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Diallo. And the layup is good. 8 points for him.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Pass to Wagner. Back to Harris. And the pass to Lopez. And that one drops for him.
You know, that's good hands on display from Lopez right there. Getting it up and down from inside.
The Pistons shooting it beautifully here in the third. 56% from the field. Driving the lane, and it's blocked. And they get it back. Second chance shot. Jackson misses. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Harris. Count the basket.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Bay finds Joseph.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Diallo inside. He's defended by Wagner. Shot good by Diallo.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Endorse the man who dunked on Shaq back in the 2019 dunk contest. Hamidou Diallo has great athleticism, as we saw.
Oh, no doubt. And not just vertically, guys. Like, he is elite with his wingspan. You know, the question for him, because of his perimeter shooting, can he be consistent enough to get himself between the lines for consistent stretches? But athletically, he's a fit in the NBA.
And the dunk by Hampton.
Oh, big finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Here's Diallo. Jackson trying to break free. He's off on that one. Orlando's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Ross passes to Wagner. Oh, that's blocked. Joseph looking around. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Now, here's Hampton. Tight defense on him. Oh, and here comes Joseph all alone. Shot good by Diallo. Diallo's got 10 points in just the second half.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Hampton passes to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Pass to Diallo. And now Orlando on the break. Here's Ross. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And this is where Terrence Ross turns himself into a weapon. Drawing these fouls, getting to the free throw line. He is such an excellent free throw shooter.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he was dialed in at the line a season ago. 87% from the line.
That free throw good from Ross. And so he makes both from the line. And, well, Detroit shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. drives to the hoop. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
That free throw good from Diallo. Here's Hampton. In the corner, it's Harris. With 2 seconds left, that one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Harris has got 4 points this quarter. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Pistons on top, delivering the blowout. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Harris is out there with Hampton. Then there's Mo Wagner. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Brazdeikis in at the 3, the small forward.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
You know, Doris, the debate about what makes someone an MVP is always interesting. In your mind, and you're a voter, what are the qualities of an MVP-worthy player?
You know, Kevin, one of the things that fascinated me about the most recent MVP selection was some of the slander sent at Nikola Jokic. And I think it had everything to do with him not passing the eye test. And by that, I mean he didn't have eye-popping athleticism. But he was my runaway choice for MVP because he is so highly skilled and he is so valuable to what they do on the offensive end of the floor. He has vision. He has the ability to score the basketball in the paint and outside the paint. He can manipulate defenses because of his high basketball IQ. It was such a fascinating conversation, and what a worthy MVP for Nikola Jokic. Well, I'll tell you, he is showing strides in improving the passing aspect of his game. Josh Jackson, pretty look there.
That's his first personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your Pistons, Hamidou Diallo. At the line for 1.
One shot.
That free throw good from Diallo. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Hampton. He's guarded by Diallo. Hampton kicks to Harris from deep. Rebounded by the Pistons. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Diallo. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Wagner's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. Here's Harris. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
And yes, it's good.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
For Orlando, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Hampton kicks to Harris. Harris draws the double. The shot by Hampton with no one around. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And the Pistons making a change here. Lee's checked in, and the Magic making a change here as well. Mulder's checked in. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Joseph. That's a 2 from Lee. That one doesn't go. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. To the inside. Stolen by Joseph. Now here's Lee. Guarded closely. He drains the quick shot. So it's Orlando now. Inside, here's Hampton. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Hampton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Offensive rebound, Garza. And he lays it straight in.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
The Magic have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Out to Harris. A 3-ball. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
After taking some time to find his rhythm, he's been unstoppable since the break.
The Pistons shooting it well here in the fourth quarter. 50%. Here's Lee. It's stolen by Hampton. The dish to Harris. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first personal foul.
You know, Doris, we see a lot of retired NBA players getting into ownership. Now there is some talk of current players getting some equity in teams. You see that happening?
You know, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Kevin. What I love is retired players getting involved, whether it's Grant Hill, now Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal. They want to be in positions of ownership, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. But I do think I'd rather see current players just lock in on their careers than get involved in investing in current teams.
And the Magic making a change here. Bamba's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Pistons shooting impressively throughout at 62%. 14 feet away. Bamba with the block. They retain possession. Good.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
The Magic have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Now, here's Hampton, covered by Lyons. Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Jackson with it, and Hampton picks him up defensively. No good on the 3. For Orlando, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that Mobile One block.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
Now, here's Hampton. Wasted no time on that one.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness. Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Time call here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. We're seeing a lot of top high school players opting for the G League over college now, Greg. What's your advice to top young players on their path to the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think you just answered it. It's their path, and I don't think the same path is right for everybody. There are going to be a lot of talented young men and women who want to go to college for the experience, for the environment, for the networking, right? You're going to make some of the best friends you'll ever have on a college campus. Having said that, though, some kids aren't in the college, aren't in the school. They want to just go and pursue their passion and their craft, and that's why I think the G League and the developmental leagues that are out there are so good for these young players.
Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lee. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Hampton.
Team second. At the line for your Pistons, Saban Lee, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And now that we've gotten a taste of it, Greg, what do you think of the play-in tournament?
I love it. I mean, it definitely has some pros and cons, and you want to keep as many teams as possible engaged down the stretch, but it's a long season, and for some teams, it just got a little bit longer.
And both free throws good for Lee.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Orlando's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. With some arc, Hampton misses. The Pistons shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Jackson from long range. Here's Lyles. Rebound by the Magic.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Bamba dishes to Hampton. They get it back. Tries yet again. Yep, that one goes in there. Hampton's got 11 points here in just the second half.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Pistons mascot. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get back for your Pistons dancer.
Wagner's checked in for Hampton.
Wagner.
Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Lee, and Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Harris's shot is good.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's Lee. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And Bamba with the basket on the assist by Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night. Outside, Joseph. Over Harris. Here's Lyles. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Orlando's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Harris against Lee. Harris passes to Bamba, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bamba's got 17 now, just in the second half.
I'll tell you, the next step for Mo Bamba will be more muscle, but he finishes through contact right there.
Outside, Joseph. Back to Lee. Ring shot on the way. Second shot opportunity, and Lyles finishes inside.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Passes it to Mulder. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Now here's Lee. It's stolen by Harris. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Mulder misses. Joseph against Harris. Joseph, that's good.
Now, Corey Joseph, because of his size, has to be crafty around the cup. That's pretty.
And it's Harris with the ball for the Orlando Magic. Knocked loose. Stolen by Joseph. That's a 2 from Lee. Rebound by the Magic. Bamba's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. To the paint, here's Wagner. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And, well, Detroit shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? That's tipped. The good-looking shot from the wing.
Well, if you can be efficient, you want to work that mid-range jumper into your game. Josh Jackson does it there.
Pass to Bamba. Here's Harris. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Harris has got 21.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Jackson kicks to Lee. Looking to get it going. Count it.
Working against size. He's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes...
The assist.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Orlando's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Here's Brazdeikis. His three-pointers off the mark. Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Lee outside. Shoots over Wagner. Lee can't get that one to fall.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Over to the left wing. Here's Mulder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Corey Joseph.
And Greg, you were a hard-nosed defender. Would you be frustrated by what they're calling a foul today?
You know, I would based on how I played, but if you grew up in this era, this is just the way the game is, and you have to adapt and adjust, and that's what you're seeing with the players. Guys can defend it every bit as good as they ever have. In fact, I would argue they're better defensively today because they're not allowed to grab and hold. So the league is focused on offense. The fans seem to love it. But at the end of the day, you still got to get after it defensively.
First one falls for him. Diallo's checked in for Detroit. Rodney Magruder comes in for Lee. The Magic also changing it up. Robin Lopez is checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Wagner comes in for Wagner. And Hampton subbed in for Harris. Good on both. Now here's Joseph. Here's Lyles. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Well, Orlando shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Down low. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. They get it again. Garza. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And the usual order was upset last season in more ways than one. 5 out of the final 8 teams Doris in the playoffs had never won a title before.
Kevin, I think for the long-term health and viability of the league, the more teams with an opportunity to win the championship, the better off. We saw new stars get their first opportunity to win a championship. Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the hardest workers, one of the most humble superstars, goes out and wins it. It was so fun to cover.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 1:37 left in the fourth. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Detroit's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Detroit.
One of the areas that has been critical for them, the second chance points we've seen from them tonight.
A huge factor in this one, Kevin. The hustle on the offensive glass, the willingness to go after those rebounds, that was key.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
Here's Magruder. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Snatched up.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're leading by 29. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
All right, look who's coming on to the court. Come on, get back for your Pistons dancer. Fans, it's your Pistons mascot.
Moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Cole Anthony.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
And the rebound goes to Lopez. 27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Mulder. Buries the long-range jumper. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and so the Pistons can now just hold on to the ball. Offensive rebound, Lyles, and the dunk by Lyles.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Here's Magruder. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.